Who is Trevor Zheng? That's a very good question because Trevor Zheng is me. I'm standing right in front of you guys right now. And in today's video, I'll be giving you guys my story of how I generate over $6 million in sales with high ticket e-commerce and how I've been able to help over 100 plus people in 2024 reach $10,000 a month profit with their e-commerce business, and how in 2025 I plan to 5x that, help 500 people reach 10K a month profit with high ticket e-commerce. So with that being said, let's jump into who is Trevor Zheng. So to give you some context, I'm currently 22 years old. I started my business at 18. So over 4 years ago, I started my company. Now you can literally go on my LinkedIn if you want, and I documented everything since the beginning. I started my company at 18 February of 2021, and it's been 4 years. During that whole journey, I went through ups and downs and a lot of failure. And I want to break down to you exactly all the failures that I went through and all the successes that I went through, so that way you can learn from me and hopefully you don't have to spend 4 years to go through all the mistakes that I did. Now, before we begin, I recommend you guys watch this video that I'm going to link in the description. It's called the 3 pillars of a successful life. Now, watch that video right after you watch this video because it's going to explain to you exactly the 3 areas in life that you have to work on in order to reach success, in order to reach financial freedom and everything that you desire in life. Because as a man and even as a woman, you crave 3 things. You crave money, you crave 6 packs, big arms, you know? Okay, fine. This is for men, but as a woman, you probably crave big booty, so there's that. And then as a man or a woman, you crave love. So every single person, men or woman, crave these 3 things. Now you could argue this maybe you don't really care about, maybe this you don't care about, but everyone needs this or definitely craves it, but you might be denying the fact, okay? You might be denying like, oh, I don't need a man, I don't need a woman. Okay, that is cap. Because the right person, man or woman, depending on your gender, can greatly accelerate you in your life, in business, and in your personal life. So finding the right person is way worth the time and effort that you spend into this category. So I don't want to go too much about the 3 pillars of a successful life inside this video because I have made a whole 20-minute video on exactly that. So go ahead and watch that video after you watch this video, okay? So I started at 18 years old, currently 22, and the first business that I ever started was Facebook Marketplace Dropshipping. This was my big breakthrough in business. So Facebook Marketplace, if you don't know what that is essentially Craigslist or just a marketplace where you can sell products locally. And in 2021, there was a disease called COVID. I'm sure you remember it, but if someone's watching this in like the year 2030 or 2040, they probably don't even know what COVID is. So for people that lived through this time period, COVID was an interesting time period. Everything was shut down from suppliers overseas. Things would take forever to ship. People cannot go outside, and it was a wild time. But at the same time, at this time of my life, COVID basically, sales for e-commerce just went like this. Why? People were locked in. People had stimulus checks from the government and they had money to spend, but they could not go outside to spend it. Okay, in 2021, more and more stores start opening up, but still, people didn't want to go outside because they could risk catching the disease. And millions and millions of people died because of the COVID disease. So you don't want to risk it. So what happened at this time is people started shopping online. And Facebook Marketplace being something where people need to meet locally to buy products. Now, Facebook rolled out a feature where you can actually ship products on your account. And this was a big thing that changed the game for Facebook Marketplace. You essentially now were able to drop ship products on Facebook Marketplace. You could take an item that you find on Amazon for $5, and then you can list that directly on Facebook Marketplace for 15 or 20 or 25, whatever the price you want to sell at this. In the beginning, you could sell a $5 item for $25 and people would buy, like, it would sell like pancakes. It would sell like hotcakes. People would buy the products and it was so easy to make sales at around early 2021. You could sell it's $5 item for $25, and that's a 5 times markup, 500% markup. And I think it's actually 600% markup. But regardless, if you sell $5 product for $25, you're making $20 on each sale. That's absurd. Now, during that time, I found that why make $20 in this exchange when I can just sell, let's just say, a $50 product for $150. Okay, yes, this is only a 3x, but this is still $100 margins. On each sale, make $100 versus up here, I only make $20. Okay, so I started selling higher ticket products, $100, $200, $300. The most expensive product I saw on Facebook Marketplace was a bunk bed bundle for $4,000. And to this day, I still don't know why someone would buy on the marketplace. On that $4,000 item, I believe I made 2x margin. So the cost to fulfill it was $2,000. So I made $2,000 profit on the order in one single order. That just shows you the power of e-commerce, right? So I started exploring high ticket products on Facebook Marketplace, and this made a lot of sense. Less orders, less customers to deal with, more profit, and it just made sense. And at this time in 2021, everyone is making crazy amounts of sales. But around 2022, things started to slow down a little bit. And in 2023, things started to slow down a ton. Like instead of making $50,000 in sales in 2021, I believe I did even more sales than that. But I was struggling to even hit 20K or 10K a month revenue in 2023. Towards the end of it, it was like I'm barely even making profit. And at that point, I found a business model called high ticket e-commerce. Let me just erase this. I found a business model from a podcast called high ticket e-commerce or dropshipping, same thing. And at that time, this was around, I believe, late 2021 is when I started my high ticket store. Now, I was still running my Facebook Marketplace dropshipping store at this time. Obviously, in late 2021, I discovered high ticket dropshipping. In 2023, I officially gave up on Facebook Marketplace and just shut down the whole business. But it was pretty semi-passive, like the Facebook Marketplace business. So I was kind of looking into this and looking into all other forms of dropshipping. I also tried low ticket dropshipping. And low ticket dropshipping is what you see on 99% of videos on YouTube, right? Let me compare the differences. High ticket, you sell $1,000 plus products. Low ticket, you're selling $10, maybe up to $50 products. And even if you make 30% on $1,000, that's still $300 profit. And if you make, let's just say 50% on $50, that is still only $25. So realistically, as a beginner, you had $300 to make a sale to cold traffic, to people that haven't bought from your store before. Versus right here, you have $25. $25 is very difficult to acquire a customer, especially as a beginner. So $300 versus $25, which is more achievable to make your first sale? Obviously, it's a higher ticket product. It just made a lot of sense. It clicked in my mind. Why don't I just do high ticket dropshipping? There's all these benefits of the higher price point. You're also shipping from USA suppliers versus China suppliers, which means faster shipping times versus slow shipping times. 14-day shipping, less than 7-day shipping. Higher quality products, lower quality products. I'm not gonna write all of it here, but just know that the benefits of USA outweighs China every single way. And the only way China really outweighs the USA is gonna be cost of the products. Yes, your margins are technically lower, 30% versus 50%, but you get all these benefits, which makes your store and your business have happy customers. And you know what happy customers mean for a business? More money. Happy customers equals more money, because if they're happy with your service and your customer service, they're gonna come back, recommend your products to another friend or family member, to recommend your business to another friend and family, and that means more orders for you. Zero acquisition cost. You don't have to acquire another customer for money. So having high quality suppliers and high quality products by shipping from USA versus China indirectly increases your ability to make more money. So logically speaking, if you just look at this in the big picture, high ticket is the better business model. And I tried 3 low ticket dropshipping stores. They all failed. I didn't make a single sale. High ticket, my very first sale was $695. And I made about $200 profit on that. And the crazy thing is, I still have that supplier and I still sell some of that product once in a while. It's not crazy sell, like I don't sell a ton of it, but I still make a sale here and there for that product. I don't advertise it a ton, but that just shows you that product I sold in 2021, I still sell in 2024, 2025. And I'm sure I'm still gonna sell it as long as the supplier doesn't discontinue the product. So logically speaking, high ticket dropshipping is the better business model. And that's essentially when I bought a course, I joined mentorships, and I was able to scale from $10,000 a month revenue to over $100,000 a month. And then I started creating more stores. And then I partnered with my current business partner, and he had more stores. So combined, we're doing $300,000 to $400,000 a month. Now, we have ups and downs in business. We don't do $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 every month. But realistically speaking, this is like a good, healthy amount of revenue that you can generate per month with multiple stores. And in order to scale this further, I wouldn't really want to scale e-commerce store further, and this could be a whole another topic for another video, because as you scale this further, operations become more complex. I would rather scale something that has higher margins like SaaS or information. Margins are very important for scale. And if you're dealing with 30% margins, which is good when you're doing 100,000 to 300,000, 400,000, top end, like 300,000 is like the higher you go, the margins drop. So I would rather take a store doing 100,000 at 40% versus 300,000 at 20%. I want the higher margins, less infrastructure to control, less fulfillment, less headaches, and just less overall moving pieces. Because the more moving pieces, the more headaches, the more problems, the more fires that you have to set out in your business. So that's how I went from $0 to $6 million in sales with my business partner, Marcus Lamb. And you guys probably already know him. If you don't, check out some of his content as well. He talks a little bit more about mindset and how you can change and reframe your brain in a way to make more money, be more productive, and become a better entrepreneur. So with that being said, that is who Trevor Zheng is. Some other things that I want to add on besides just straight business and a little bit more about me, since you guys probably are interested, is I actually went to college for 1 month for software engineering. And at that time, I tried to go to college for software engineering, and I could pay the whole degree by myself. Not to brag or anything, that's just what my financial status was at that time. But even then, it did not make sense for me, though my Facebook Marketplace business was failing and I didn't really have a business going on. Do I really need to take on all this money, waste all this money to get a degree? So I dropped out of college 1 month in, spent about $4,000, just 2 semesters or whatever you call it. And it was an absolute joke. I was learning liberal arts, whatever that is. Like, what is that nonsense? I'm here to learn software engineering, not liberal arts or mathematics. Give me the straight path to learn this. And that's why I truly believe online entrepreneurship, online business is mostly a straight line. You can pay for a course or mentorship and you can get directly to the point. College is like this. And you eventually end up at the course. You're taking all these unnecessary steps just to get to there. And along the way, you're wasting time, money, and effort. For what? And all this debt that you take on too. Like, this is why I believe traditional college, traditional education is not it. You're just forced to learn unnecessary extra skills. You have to get these credits from these other classes that doesn't have to do with your major. It's really just a waste of time. And that's why I'm here to pioneer education like a straight line, giving you the exact step by step to achieve your goal. That's how online business is. If my course was about software engineering and this was my expertise, I could teach someone in a year, probably less than a year, become an expert in software engineering. But college takes 4 times as long just to teach the same thing. So, college is inefficient. You pay out for all this time and money just so you can get a degree, some paper. And, during 2021, I realized the paper doesn't matter anymore because everything is digital. You don't need a degree. And everything I learned was from courses, mentorships, a lot of YouTube videos. So anything you want to learn is all online, quite frankly. And there's a famous Elon Musk quote. He says, college isn't worth it because you can learn everything online. Everything's there. And I quite agree with that. And I remember I reposted a video of him back in 2021 when I dropped out of college, knowing that that was the right move at the end of the day. So that is my story. I'm currently 22 years old recording this. And by the time I'm 24, 25, I want to be in a better position. I'm not saying I'm not in a good position right now. I'm making good money. I'm getting a jacked physique. By the end of 2025, I'll definitely be humongous arms and an abs, and find my dream woman. And that can all be done in 2025. I quite believe that. It doesn't need to be 2 to 4 years. So let's achieve that in 2025 in just 1 year. Hope you guys are as excited as me and you took away value from this video, and I shared with you guys my story of how I was able to go from absolute zero to over $6 million in sales with high-tech e-commerce. And it's quite, looking back now, it's time flies super, super fast, and can't believe it's been already 4 years. And honestly, cheers to another 4 years, because we will be on top of the world. I'll see you guys in the future. Signing out.